divided into three concentric zones. We have what we term the hill complex. Historically, that was the abode of all the kings who have said to rule Great Zimbabwe, and about 8 of these kings ruled Great Zimbabwe, whereas Nyatsimba Mutota was the last king to rule Great Zimbabwe. And this was a polygamous state. So the last king was said to have about 200 wives to his credit. So the lesser or the junior wives of the king lived in the valley. Though there is much to admire in the valley, some of these walls collapsed and deteriorated over the years due to the uncontrolled growth of vegetation. Then of course we have the most beautiful structure in Great Zimbabwe, which is the Great Enclosure. And this was the residence of the first wife of the king. And the Great Enclosure in circumference is about 255 meters in circumference. And also, these walls we are going to see, for them to stand, they were constructed with the technique of widening the base of the wall, narrowing the top to maintain stability. So the base of the wall is about 5 to 6 meters wide. Yes, progressively thin, about 3 meters wide in the top to maintain stability. And of much interest, that is where we are going to see that gigantic conical tower. And I'm going to explain in detail as we go there. And of course, with this model village of the Karanga village, and showcasing what other villages are like in Zimbabwe, and especially trying to transform our minds back to those days. We're going to witness typical examples of the houses which were located in the enclosures. But today we are not going to see all these houses, because we are talking of over 800 years ago. So all these houses collapsed and deteriorated over the years. So we're going to see a few of these remains of the houses. So these are typical examples of the houses which were in the. And of course, we're going to witness village tenants making soapstone carvings, pottery making, as well as basketry. At the same time, we're going to have a chance to see the village tenants performing traditional dances. So from there, we have our site museum, and this is actually a site museum housing some of the artifacts which we found in and around Great Zimbabwe. And unfortunately, I understand that we don't have electricity in our museum, so we're going to have a chance to use our flashlights or torches in there. But at the same time, we're going to see some of the artifacts which we retrieved in and around Great Zimbabwe, such as the 8 soapstone carvings which were discovered here at Great Zimbabwe. Then from the site museum back to where we are right now. So this is going to take us about 2 hours. So I hope and believe that by the end of the tour, I'm going to enjoy your company. So thank you so much, and we can proceed.
Yes, let's go.
Let's converge at the top. So I suggest that we are going to use the ancient way on our way up. Then for us to see all the ways, we will come down using the modern path. Because the ancient way is more rewarding, because that's where we are going to have a panoramic view of the valley, the Great Enclosure, even in the Shona village. Then this one I saw silent about that one, so it's just a near pathway. So maybe I can give you the brief history of Great Zimbabwe. It might be very important for us to have an insight of what could have happened in Great Zimbabwe before we start moving around the national monument. Right, as long ago as the 16th century, Great Zimbabwe was recognized as one of the world's premier ancient capitals, and it contained an array of dry stone structures spreading over an area of about 722 square hectares. So the stone walled structures we are going to see are the dominant remains of a large city, which was archaeologically built and occupied between 1200 AD and 1600 AD. But during its peak and prosperous years, Great Zimbabwe was said to have about 18 to 25,000 adults. So it is believed that the builders and occupiers of Great Zimbabwe originated from the Bantu migration. They didn't start at Great Zimbabwe, moving from as far as South Central Africa, sometimes where there is DRC. Some say that they originated from the Katanga region in DRC. Some had to follow the Congo River until they reached the modern Angola by AD 500. But these people we are talking about, they had to move downwards until they first made the confluence of Shashi and Limpopo rivers. And these two rivers separate three different countries. So this one is in the heart. So there were warriors controlling the end of the people. Okay. Yeah. Is it an advantage? There's the tower from this end.
Yes, that is the great
enclosure. You can see from here.
Ah.
But that one, make off exercise.
That one on the hillside is the culture center. Yeah, but this is the great enclosure.
Okay.
Service training. This is too steep. And this view is rewarding. We have arrived. Almost.
Well, not in adults, but yes, remember.
Wow, amazing. So those Zengango piswa, they the structure.
Yeah, of course, especially there is a fireplace because this was a kitchen. So this is now, that one was the shelf, that a bench where the king seated warming himself at the fire. But because we are talking of over 800 years ago, all the houses collapsed and deteriorated. So according to the Shona culture, kitchens were and are still always very, very important because we always conduct all the rituals in the same kitchen. Yes, paying the bride price, it was all conducted in the same kitchen so that the ancestors they will preside over protecting, and those pregnant women they gave birth in the kitchen so that a child will be well protected by the ancestors. And all, at the same time, if someone dies, we put the dead body in the kitchen so that he or she can meet the ancestors before burial, maybe tomorrow morning. And kitchens are always very, very important. For example, I want to go to Harare looking for a job, for example. My father will take me to the kitchen with the snuff, asking the ancestors if they can protect me as I'm going out looking for a job for a moment. So kitchens are always very important. Many rituals are always conducted in the same kitchen. So kitchens are very important culturally.
Oh, there is like a cave.
Next morning. Mangwana pakunomuka ndo pakunomuka mchizi yeye. Looking for seed.
This is how it appears on the other side of the coin. The tower at the center and the two red beautiful trees aside. And there were even more houses which were located in here, but because of time, they all collapsed and deteriorated, so we can't even see the houses in here. And this is just a platform. It was also used as a stage by the first wife of the king. Remember, she was the supervisor to all these premarital lessons, which were also.
Look how high these walls are.
Wow. There's about 3 or 4 stories. 3. 2 stories. Yeah, on top of Kulu already.
Kulu is taking pictures.
At least put them out to both my shit.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
They use the stars to mark the time of it. So, and there are 4 representing the 4 seasons we have in Zimbabwe. Maybe each and every stone was also used for each season, maybe.
Like UK, there is those what they call them.
Oh.
The timber.
Yeah. That's the name of the tree. Very strong tree.